whenever we start this topic, you have to remember these literary sources and archaeological sources. Okay. Uh, Next, how was the Mauryan society and religion? From these literatures, we create the history about the society, about the economy, and about the administration. Okay, so how was that history? Will show you. Uh, so first of all, we're discussing about the rulers of Mughal Empire. First ruler was obviously Chandragupta Maurya, who was the founder of this great empire. Chandragupta Maurya, who was considered as India's first this type of a big king. So he fought some Vishishta war. There is another important book mentioned by Hemachandra. Hemachandra was a monk. So he wrote a book Parishishta Parvan. Parishishta Parvan is name of the book. This is also mentioned about the Chandragupta. As you can see, written by Hemachandra, identify Chandragupta as the grandson of the chief of the Peacock Tamers clan. At that time, there was a small tribal clan. So Chandragupta belonged from that. Then Chandragupta was the chief architect of the Mauryan Empire and built a vast empire which included Bihar, Nepal, Western and Northwestern India and the Deccan. That means a vast territory from east to west, from north to south. Chandragupta developed. He fought various wars. Obviously, one of the most important war was fought on the northwestern frontier. As I told you, that northwestern frontier is very important. That this is the only region from where foreign powers can invade India. So the ruler of that region was Seleucus. Yesterday I told you that when Alexander retreated from the India, so he appointed his governor generals. Okay. Mauryans annexed several areas in the Hindu Kush region. Hindu Kush is a mountain in 305 BC. These regions were governed by satraps. Satraps word used by the Greeks, appointed by Alexander during his campaign. So then at that time, the governor of that region was Seleucus. So Seleucus and Chandragupta fought a war. Obviously, in this war, Seleucus was defeated and Chandragupta Maurya, he won this war. And finally, after this battle, they made a treaty. And in this treaty, Chandragupta Maurya married with Seleucus Nicator daughter. He also paid various tributes and gifts to Seleucus Nicator as well. So now they are in relation. They make marital status and they are now friends to each other states. According to the terms of this treaty, Seleucus ceded Chandragupta the territories of Arakosia. Arakosia means the present Kandahar, that means some region of Afghanistan, then some region of Baluchistan. These names are in the Greek language. Okay. For example, Alexander name was in Greek language. Generally, we uses the name for him in Hindi in the North Indian region was Sikandar. Maybe you heard the saying, "Jo jeeta wahi Sikandar." So there was not any person with the name of Sikandar in the history. Alexander was Sikandar. Okay, this is just the differences on the level of language. So these regions which was ruled by Seleucus won by the Chandragupta, but after treaty, obviously he returned these regions. Then Seleucus also sent Greek historians Megasthenes and later Dionysius in Mauryan court. That means they are the ambassador in the court or in the Magadha capital, and that's why they provide very important account or book about the Mauryan Empire. Then what was the religion of Chandragupta Maurya? So in the later phase, Chandragupta gave up his throne. He made the king to his son Bindusar, and Chandragupta adopted the Jain religion. And as I was told you yesterday, his teacher was Bhadrabahu. And as I was told you yesterday, in his last phase of life, he moved towards Karnataka. There was a place named Shravana Belgola, and Chandragupta died with the process of Sanlekhana or Santhara. That means fast unto death. Okay, so that place was where he moved is Shravana Belgola. Shravana Belgola, situated in Karnataka. This is very important holy place for the Jain people. Presently, there is a great, a great statue of Mahavira Swami. So, great warrior, empire builder, a skill administrator, obviously. Then, after Chandragupta Maurya, the next ruler was his son, his successor, Bindusar. Bindusar was also named as Amitra Ghat. Amitra Ghat means a slayer of enemies. He fought very wars, many battles, and he made his territory very powerful. Just a minute. Yes, Bindusar. He is also referred to as Amitra Ghat. Obviously, the same name was mentioned at Amitrochates in Greek sources. Okay. In a book Mahabhashya, written by Indian scholar, they use the word Amitra Ghat for Bindusara, while Greeks use the word Amitrochates. Then he brought 16 states under the Mauryan Empire and thus conquered almost all of the Indian peninsula. I just showed you the Mauryan boundary. You can easily see that maximum part of eastern India till the Bengal, Bihar, some parts of Odisha, then the whole Uttar Pradesh, the present Haryana, Madhya Pradesh, maximum parts of Gujarat. These all are under the Chandragupta Maurya and later Bindusar. They also expand their territory to the south towards the Godavari river as well. Okay. Suvarnagiri, Nandagiri, Amaravati, these all regions are under their empire. Then, in many books, historians or the scholars of contemporary phase, they mentioned about Bindusara that he conquered the land between the two seas. So, what are the two seas? Obviously, one is the Arabian Sea, second one is the Bay of Bengal. This is Arabian Sea, this is Bay of Bengal. So the land between two seas, obviously this region they are talking about. Okay. Then he continued the empire's expansion well into the Deccan, stopping around the region of Karnataka. That means till Karnataka, all the regions are under the Mauryan Empire. Okay. Each audio video is clear to all of you. There is some comments. Oh, clear. No, comments is something about another thing. Then later in Bindusara courts, also some ambassadors sent by kings. So at that time the king was Demasius. After Seleucus, Demasius became the king, and he sent his Antiochus became the king, and he sent Demachius in the ambassador of Bindusara. So in the court of Chandragupta Maurya, there was two ambassadors, Megasthenes and Dionysius. While in the court of Bindusara, there was Demachus. Okay. Then Chandragupta Maurya was a Jain follower, but uh, there was another important sect, Ajivak sect. So Bindusara adopted this sect as his religion, while after Bindusara, his son Ashoka adopted the Buddhism. So this is the speciality of India. We can say this is the uniqueness of India, that in a single family, various family members can living with their own various religious beliefs, and after that also they can easily live like a family. This is uniqueness of, as we told, the unity in diversity. We have various type of religions, various sects in a single religion. We have various type of languages. We have various type of traditions, dresses, food habits, geography, climate, but still we all are Indians, as we know how to accept the diversity. Okay. So after Bindusara, his son Ashoka became the king. There was various stories about Ashoka, as uh, after Bindusara, so there was a battle that who became the next king, and Ashoka killed his brothers. In some sources, they are talking about that he killed his 6 brothers. In some sources, they are wrote that Ashoka killed his 99 brothers. So this number is unbelievable. But these sources showed one thing, that yes, there was a battle for the succession, that who will become the next king. Finally, obviously, in this battle, Ashoka was born and he became the next king after Bindusara. So from 272 to 232 BC, Ashoka was the king or the emperor of India. As you can see, this map is from 250 BC, and the timing of Ashoka was 272 to 232. That means when Mauryan Empire was on his peak. So this map shown that particular region. Okay. Okay, clear. Good. So during Ashoka's father, that means Bindusara's reign, he was appointed as the viceroy of Takshila and Ujjain. So viceroy, or we can say governor. So in the Mauryan administrations, they developed a rule. They divided their whole kingdom into various provinces, and each province led by a prince. That means the superior chief of the province, that is, they are known as viceroy, or we can say governor. So they are prince, they are the princes of the empire. So when Ashoka was a prince, so he led the Ujjain. Later he also became the viceroy of Takshila. Viceroy or governor. Okay, both words given the same sense, as Mauryans do not use the word governor or viceroy. Okay, so he was the first ruler of to maintain direct contact with his people through his inscriptions. Before Ashoka, there was not evidence found to any royal order, but he framed his royal order on various important places in various parts of his kingdom, and that's why we found those inscriptions. Then there was some edicts or inscriptions who told about Ashoka. So there was a Maski Gurjara edict. From this we found his name was Buddha Shakya and Ashoka. In Sarnath inscription, we found his name as Dharma Shoka. One of the famous name that he used was Devanam Pa and Piyadasi. Devanam Pa means who beloved of the gods. Devanam means the gods. Pa is originated from the word Priye. Priye means beloved. As they use the Prakrit language and in some parts of regional languages, so Devanam Priye or Devanam Priye. Then again Priyadasi, or we can say Priyadarshi. Okay. So Priya means obviously the lovable. Darshi means who looking very lovable. So given in the Sri Lankan Buddhist chronicles this name, Deepavansh and Mahavansh. These two books are Sri Lankan Buddhist chronicle, as I told you in the literary sources. One of the most important war during the reign of Ashoka was Kalinga War. Maybe you all heard about this war. There was a film also uh, made or produced on this particular event named Ashoka, and I think the lead actor was Shah Rukh Khan. So the film developed around the background of the Kalinga War. Kalinga was situated in which state in present day? Make the comment. Where Kalinga found? I'm waiting for the comment. If you know, make the comment. If you don't know, just also make comment. Sir, we don't know or I don't know. Okay, okay, good, good, good. One student told very honestly don't know. Very good. Odisha, present Odisha region. Okay. So that particular place is known as Kalinga. There was a kingdom at that time named Kalinga or Kalinga. There was a train named Kalinga Express. Okay. So Kalinga war fought between Ashoka and the state of Kalinga. Kalinga was a state situated in present day Odisha. Odisha is on the eastern bank of India or eastern coast of India. Why he invade? So Kalinga was a glorious and prosperous region that valued freedom as was talented in the arts. Kalinga had some important ports as well as a strong navy. Because Kalinga was situated in a coastal region on the Bay of Bengal. So obviously they have to develop navy. So they developed their navy. India's maximum ports are situated on the eastern and western coast. Obviously, coast can be on the ports can be on the coast. That's why. Another reason was uh, after witnessing so much loss of life during the war, Ashoka abandoned the violence and established peace and harmony in his kingdom. People says that before this battle, Ashoka was a brutal king. Brutal means yes, he killed thousands and lakhs of people in various wars. Historians told that the person who killed his own brothers, many brothers, who can easily kill to anyone. But after this war, he totally changed. He changed his policies. He changed his priorities. Now, his priority was to not expand the territory. His priority was to spread the Dhamma. Dhamma is a Pali language word for Dharma. Okay. So, after this battle, proponent of Buddhism organized third Buddhist council at Patliputra. This battle changed the mind totally of Ashoka. Then Dhamma, as I told, the Dhamma is a Prakrit form of the Sanskrit word Dhamma. Prakrit and Pali and Prakrit, they are two languages used at that time by common people during the from 6th century BC to around 500 years. Later, after the Mauryan Empire, slowly the Sanskrit became the one of the most important language of the India. But at that time in the northern region, Pali and Prakrit was the most important languages. Obviously, before that also Sanskrit is prominent language. And after this also, common people use various languages. There is also various differences in a single language. These differences are known as dialects. Okay. I hope you all are aware about the dialect. Dialect means a regional difference for any language. That means, for example, maybe you heard about the British English and American English. English is English, but how they pronounce or they pronunciate that particular any particular word. This is known as dialect. Okay. For example, you uh, hear the word color. So the spelling of color, this is also correct, and this is also correct. Yes or no? So both are correct, but there are differences. Same as uh, maybe you heard the word vehicle. Now, the pronunciation of this word is different in various languages. Someone called it vehicle, someone pronounces as vehicle, someone pronounces vehicle, someone pronounces vehicle. So these differences are related to various regions. These differences are known as dialects. Okay. So the Ashoka edicts were written primarily to explain to the people throughout the empire the principle of Dhamma. Dhamma means dharma. Dharma means obviously the Buddha Dharma, the teachings of Buddha. Ashoka's Dhamma was not a specific religious belief or practice. That means in India, uh, any one of you, sorry, sir. Okay, okay, nothing to worry. Okay. So in India, we have different definition of dharma and religion in Western world or according to Western world. Religion and dharma is the same thing. But in India, dharma is a different thing and religion is a different thing. Religion means how you worship, your worship style is religion. While dharma means the law, the duties of any individual person, of any person who hold any position, the duties of statesmen, duties of government officers, etc. etc. This is known as dharma. For example, recently our Supreme Court, recently our Supreme Court celebrated its 75th anniversary, the foundation, and their motto is Yato Dharmas Tato Jayah. Yato Dharmas Tato Jayah. It's a Sanskrit saying. That means where there is dharma, there is victory. So Supreme Court is talking about which dharma? Dharma means the law. Okay. So Ashoka's dhamma or dharma is also not any specific religious belief or religious practice. That means how you have to worship your God or Lord. No. Ashoka's dhamma or dharma means the basic duties of any person. Okay.